It's all adjusted there, yeah.
And so, and they still had some.
All right, we're ready.
One second.
Right.
Wait.
Oh, hold on.
But that's a lot. I mean, kids.
No.
That's,
Oh, building, we're good.
anyway.
I have passed 12, so we'll call this to order. Roll call, please.
Genslinger,
Here.
Jurza. Larson. Osterloo. Penny.
Here.
Schmitz. Sonny. Wilshire. We have quorum.
All right. We have an agenda in front of us. Does anybody have a conflict of interest that they need to declare?
For me, number 11.
Anybody else? All right. Next item on the agenda is to approve the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the agenda. Any other discussion? Anybody in the audience? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. There are meeting minutes in the packet provided from the last meeting. Any changes or corrections to be made? Hearing none, we're ready for a motion.
Move to approve.
First and seconded that we approve them as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passed. Next meeting would be scheduled for November 13th in this office, noon.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve November 13th. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Motion passed. Item number 7, plan approval, Bradley's Pub and Grill, 514 North Main, Zone CB, Central Business. Mark.
Yes, so we're moving along with the phase of this project. As you can see, it's 514 North Main. They're currently operating out of the scoreboard, 522 North Main. The plan will be for, if it is approved, to move to this new building, and then the scoreboard building would be torn down at a future time. They have gone through the SHPO process. It was sent to SHPO for their recommendation. They did an 11.1. The 11.1 was approved by Mitchell Historic Preservation Commission, got sent back to SHPO again, and then council approved the project plan that they had. And it is sent back to SHPO again for their 10-day comment period, so we're waiting on their return about 10 days from that. You can see in the packet their GIS view of the area. They've got their plans for their exterior for this building, some seating on the north side. They'll be seating on the second, or on the rooftop area. The stairwell on the south side is just for fire escape only. There's no, it'll be a one-way gate type of thing, no entrance from that location. Parking, they're not increasing the building size or anything like that. There's parking to the south, there's parking to the west, or east side, excuse me. So there's nothing for that portion of it. Bradley's are here if you have any questions for them, or I can answer any questions that you may have for me as well.
Anything to add? Owner? Architect? I think the architect is here too.
Yep.
Any questions for them? No questions?
When you open it.
Yeah. Well, if there's no questions, we're ready for a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Moved and seconded. Moved and seconded that we approve the plan as presented in the packet. Any other further discussion? Anybody in the audience? All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion passed. Next item on the agenda is a rezone. NJM Properties LLC is requesting the following property legally described as Lot 1 of R.L. Decker First Edition in the southeast quarter of Section 29, T103 North, R60 West, the 5th Prime Meridian, Davison County, South Dakota, to be changed from Highway Business District to UD Urban Development District and the official zoning map be changed to reflect the same. The land is abutting 2400 and 2424 West Bruce, owned by NJM Properties LLC. Mark?
Yes, so this was before the board a few meetings ago. We did not have a quorum, so it had to be renoticed for that. The applicant's end goal is to have storage units out here, both storage units and outside storage. Both of those for either highway business or urban development is a conditional use. They'd have to come back to this board and council for that. For the storage units, outside storage is a permitted use in urban development though, so that portion, they'd be able to do that. I would say urban development is more restrictive than highway business is for what's permitted and conditional use for that area. As you can see on the zoning map, a portion of their land is already urban development on the south. The north side is highway business. I don't know, in 2012 when it was, the zoning maps were codified, I believe it's because there used to be some other lots on the south side of it and got platted to this, but I don't have the full history of that at all. I know that Jacob Sunny with SPM has been working with the applicant for drainage for that area. There is some drainage concerns in the area because of there's some water that comes from the north and comes along into Merle Beshan's field, so drainage from this also would be going that way. We would require a site drainage plan for anything that they're going to do out there with the building permit portion of it. I don't know if the applicant is here. No. We did receive one letter back from them stating that they were in favor of it. I put Merle Beshan's letter in wanting more information from the last time. Yeah, I can answer any questions that you may have.
I'm actually the neighbor to the,
You want to come up to the podium and state your name?
my name is Thomas Flint. I'm the neighbor directly to the west. I do have my letter here with me. And I did talk to Jacob with SBN about what they had going on. He kind of explained, at least initially, what they were looking at. And I did mark my letter as approved. Based on my discussion with him, it sounded like they were looking at some storage, outside storage of campers and stuff up on by the interstate there. I did talk to Candy Cross, who lives directly north of me, and she would be, I guess, on your map there, right there. She has an access easement, so that would be an area of concern on her part, is, because right now that is a single lane road that goes to her place. And I talked to her and I said, well, you just give Nick a call, because if people are driving in and out of there all the time, obviously, they're gonna need better than one. It's like a driveway now.
Yep.
So hopefully, that was part of the problem. As far as from my aspect, I'm the 10 acres there to the side. You can see the pond there. Our main concern was the drainage. As soon as you create a hard impervious surface up there, that adds a lot of water. And so as long as that is handled in an appropriate manner so it doesn't end up flooding us, we would be fine with that. Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's,
So here's my sheet. I'll give you that for your record. That's kind of the neighbor's thoughts in a nutshell.
Thank you.
So I guess,
When he came in originally, he talked about possibly doing some residential lots up front and then actually moving the easement to the east side of the property, so, and making it a better road. Now, there'd have to be a legal document for something like that, because I believe on the plat it shows where that easement is, but it's work that he can do himself and would be qualified to do something like that.
I think I have two questions. What benefit does the applicant get out of a rezone? And the second question is, a rezone would not change the easement, access easement at all anyway, so that would be considered at a later time under a different permit probably.
Correct. The rezone allows him to have the open storage. That is a permitted use in urban development, And in highway business, we do not have open storage as permitted or conditional use. We discussed it previously, and the board decided that they did not want to have open storage in highway business.
Any questions from this body?
And the open storage is limited to, is that, what's that limited to?
Your campers, any outside storage like that, I can pull up the actual definition for you. The keeping in an unroofed area of any goods, junk, material, or merchandise in the same place for more than 1 month. And outside commercial storage is actually what you'd be using, is because that's the shorter long-term leasing for the parking or storage of motor vehicles, equipment, or personal outside items. The difference between the two is the commercial side of it. If it's outside storage, it's your own stuff. If it's outside commercial storage, you're renting space. So it'd be outside commercial storage is what you'd be using there.
So, on that, he could, Mannings could move their commercial business up there to be.
Tell them who you are, because you're on the line as well.
What's that?
Say your name.
Oh, sorry, Merle Beshan. So could his commercial business be moved up there and left there?
No,
That's not the way.
that's not what that would be allowing for.
Okay.
The commercial portion of it isn't the business itself, it's making money from the storage.
Okay.
That's the part.
Okay. As long as I'm up here, the only thing I'm fine with this being moved, and that's why I've motioned both ways on it. It's just if the drainage is handled, as Tom said, I don't want to pick up more drainage coming my way than what we have already, so. Other than that, I'm fine, I have no problem with Nick at all, so.
So what we're doing here is just doing
Right.
Yep.
rezoning, and then the drainage plan would have to be submitted
To the city, yep,
for approval down
Yep.
there. Okay.
yep. And if they do the self-storage containers, that's a conditional use that would come back in front of the boards as well.
And then at that time, the road would have to be addressed, or if that's, you know.
Yep.
Any other questions, comments? Anybody from the audience? Ready for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the rezone application as presented. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Next item on the agenda is a rezone application from Maui Farms requesting the following property legally described as blocks 1 and 2 of Maui Farms, second edition, and a portion of Sam Street, a subdivision of previously platted Lot 4 in the east half of the west half of Section 31, T104 North, R60 West of the 5th Prime Meridian, Davidson County, South Dakota, to be changed from urban development to Lot S, Maui Farms, second edition, planned development district, and the official zoning map be changed to reflect the same. The land is abutting to the northwest of 5829 Sam Street. Mark.
Yes, so this probably looks familiar to you, or it should, because this plat was just recently approved by this board, council, county planning commission, and county commissioners as well. And they have also annexed in this area as well at the last council meeting, or 2 council meetings ago, excuse me. So what they're looking to do is create this subdivision that is Lot S, Maui Farms second, to this location as well. So it's going to be the same storage buildings, is all that's going to be allowed to be up there, is that. Since it's annexed into the city, there will be a road, paved road that will go through there, but that'll be at the expense of the owners abutting to it. It's nobody for down here that won't have to pay for that portion of it at all. There was one letter returned in favor, it was actually from the applicant themselves. And there's drainage plan that goes along with this as well. Answer any questions that you have for me.
Anybody Anybody have any questions? Is anybody in the audience here to address this one? Seems pretty straightforward. Ready for a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the rezone. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion passed. Item number 10 on the agenda is a hearing and recommendation for an ordinance amending 1090-1. Maui Farms is requesting to amend Lot S, Maui Farms Second Edition Plan Development District by changing 1090-1 legal description from Lot S, Maui Farms Second Edition, a subdivision of the southeast quarter, Section 31, and previously platted Lot 4 in the east half of the west half of Section 31, Township 104 North, Range 60 west of the 5th Prime Meridian, portions of which lie within the city limits of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota. 2, Lot S, Maui Farms Second Edition, a subdivision of the southeast quarter, Section 31, and previously platted Lot 4 in the east half of the west half of Section 31, Township 104 North, Range 60 west of the 5th Prime Meridian, portions of which lie within the city limits of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota, and Blocks 1 and 2 of Maui Farms Second Edition, and a portion of Sam Street, a subdivision of previously platted Lot 4 in the east half of the west half of Section 31, T104 North, R60 west of the 5th Prime Meridian, Davidson County, South Dakota. I'm done. Mark, go ahead.
So this goes along with item number 9 on the agenda that you just recommended for approval. Because this is a PUD, the language in the PUD for the legal description, we have to add this new legal description into that PUD. When you do rezones around the city going from R2 to R3 or something like that, we don't have those legally described out in R2 or R3. PUDs have that. So that's just adding this legal to that PUD. That's all that's doing. It's a procedural matter.
Okay. Any questions from this body? Anybody in the audience? Ready for a motion?
Make approve. Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the language as presented and read out loud for quite a while. Is there any other further discussion? Hearing none, we're ready for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item number 11 is a plan approval of Evers Warehouse Units, 2700 North Main Street, zoned HB Highway Business. Mark.
Yes. So you've seen this in front of you a few different times. For the plat, they replatted it out here. They did a variance for a cell tower site down in this location right here. And so now they're moving on to their next phase of their project and building a 60 by 120 building that'll be split off into 4 units. Right here you can see that. They've got 3 here and then another one here which is going to be a casino, which you can see in the drawing itself. The exterior of the building as well. It fits within zoning requirements for this. I can answer any questions that you have for me. I know the applicant's here as well, and Larry is the architect on this, so he can answer any questions as well.
Anything to add, applicant? No? Larry, anything to add that he missed?
No, it's, just looking at the project, basically in 2 phases. One is just, Mr. Evers wanted to start off getting the rough grading work done and getting the building shell erected. He's actually got the pre-engineered wood materials on site, and he wanted to just try to get that up before winter so he could continue on with the project over the winter months. And phase 2 would be that part of it, and some of that interior design work technically hasn't been completed yet. We're still working on it. But in terms of the outside shell and the grading and drainage, we wanted to get that first phase going. So.
Any questions from our body? Anybody in the audience want to speak to this one? No questions, no audience. We're ready for a motion then.
Move to approve. Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the plan as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we're ready for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 I abstain.
All opposed, nay. Motion approved. Next item is the plan approval for Joker's Casino located at 716 North Raleigh Street, Zone CB Central Business.
Yes, so at 716 North Main, there is the dispensary on the north side of the building. On the south side is Joker's Casino. They are requesting to be able to put up this 15 by 26 shed on the south side of it. We'll have a couple sliding doors, one on the east side and then two on the south side of this. John Haig has looked at it. He has no issues with it since it's central business. It just has to come in front of this board.
Is the applicant here?
I don't believe that is your fault.
Questions, comments? Anybody else in the audience want to address this one? No questions or comments, we're ready for a motion.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the plan as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next item is a plan approval for, I don't know how to say that, Raider, 2200 West Havens Avenue, zoned highway business. Mark.
Yeah, so the applicant lives out at this residence. There's been a lot of trees that have been pulled out from around this area, so they are looking to do kind of a three-season porch type of thing, just add on. You can see around on the east side and on the north side, there'll be a roof with some walls going around that for a porch. The applicant's here if you have any questions for them at all, or I can answer anything that you have for me.
Anything to add, applicant? No? Questions or comments from this body? We're a quiet bunch today. All right, anybody else from the audience wish to address this one? We're ready for a motion then.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and seconded that we approve the plan as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we're ready for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Number 14 on the list is a plan approval for Home Brothers LLC, which is Larry's I-90, 900 block of East K zoned highway business.
Applicants here would like to put up a shed 60 by 160. You can see it's here in the red for storage for their business or personal use. It does fit within the setbacks. It's highway business, so it's 30 feet in the front and 0 on all the other sides. They'll have to remove a couple trees on the northeast corner of their property there, but it does fit within that location. Applicants here, if you have any questions for them at all. Since it's over 60, it'll have to be an engineered building that goes in, structurally engineered stamp building that John will require for that.
Okay. Anything from the applicant? Questions, concerns, comments? Wow. Makes it easy, huh? All right. Anybody else in the audience? There's nobody
Looking
left.
for something?
Ready for a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second that we approve the plan as presented. Any further discussion? All right, we're ready for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carried. Is there any other business to come before this body? See, this was put in front of me. This must just be for me.
Yep, so the planners conference is Tuesday night into Thursday. Kevin said he was gonna go, Jacob Sonny is gonna go, Jay will be there, Joe and myself will also be attending that, so basically it. That's just your agenda for it.
Sounds good. All right. If you need to address the board on an item that was not on the agenda, excluding personnel items, please come forward to the podium, state your name and your concern. Presentations are limited to 3 minutes. Items will be considered, but no action will be taken at this time. Nobody's coming forward, so we are adjourned.